What's up, YouTube? Welcome to part 12 of Horizon Zero Dawn with the Therapist, where we're about to talk to Captain Douche and see what he says about our hunting skills. I hope you've been excited to find out what he's going to say. I can't imagine it's going to be nice. Thank you so much for following along and making it through a dozen episodes at this point. I'm glad to have you along. I hope you stick around for the rest of the series. As always, leave a like, leave a comment, follow the links down in the description. Check out my merch store, check out my music, all that fun stuff. Thanks to those of you that support the stream financially in any kind of way. It really does go a long way and means a lot to me. So thank you for that. Helps me pay my dear friend Sean, who is the person who makes sure that all of these videos get out on time. So big shout out to Sean for the amazing work that he does. All right, let's see what we got. See what he says, huh?
I thought I told you.
I'm here to present trophies to the Sunhawk of the Lodge. 3 Sawtooths, 2 Ravagers, and a Stalker for good measure.
I suppose Tallneck helped you with this.
I brought these down myself. Will you accept them?
Fine, yes. I accept them. But tell Tallneck she should stop playing with sludge if she wants to get Redmaw.
I love malicious compliance. I really do. Like, this dude is so adherent to decorum and to rules. Like, I love that we can just come up there and use his rules against him. It's just, oh man, it gives me such joy. Such joy to engage in malicious compliance. It's my favorite. It's a great subreddit on Reddit, but screw Reddit. F you, Spez.
More trophies? No? Then you're not welcome in my presence.
Okay. Well, let me open up these little treasure troves that you gave me. All right. All right, so now I wonder what happens if we talk to Tallneck because of the fact that we just did that.
When I gave him my trophies, Ussie said you should be spending more time finding Redmaw than helping me.
That bunghead isn't wrong. But there isn't time to find Redmaw right now. You're gonna help with something else.
Oh? And what might that be?
Meet me outside.
Good to know I've proven myself.
You wanna help? Here's someone who needs it. Go ahead, Ilsati.
I live in Lone Light, northeast of here. I barely escaped because Glint Hawks attack anyone who ventures out. We have so few shards. Will you help? We have nowhere else to turn.
Sometimes members receive an honorarium for the hunt. Assis should have accepted this one, but he refused. The price was too low.
How generous.
In the past, I would have gone with Takas to handle this. But what say you and I take it on? I'll meet you at Lone Light.
What about Redmaw?
Are you in or not?
All right. I'll meet you there as soon as I can.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Let's actually engage in the spirit of what the Hunter's Lodge is all about. I'm into that. All right. So we could go talk to Aaron, which seems like a decent idea. Wow. It's all the way up there? Holy crap. And then what do we have here? Wait, Hunter's Blind. Go to Lone Light. Tallneck. Oh, wait. Okay, that's where I want to go. Yeah, let's go do that. Why not? I do want to... I want to talk to some of the merchants here. See what this guy's got. Anything good? Snap Maw Heart. Man, I've got so much of this shit. God, I kind of wish I could cap how much of this crap that I carry around, because it just seems a bit unnecessary to carry this much stuff, but whatever. All right. I want to buy whatever this is that I need. Wait. Can I really cheat this by just buying it? All right, so I can go to those traders. All right, that's helpful. I like that. All right.
What did you want to talk about?
You were an outlander, no? An adventurer. I used to be one myself. I admit, I miss the beguiling colors of the wilds. Speaking of which, I wonder if you've come across a very special kind of flower. It's made of metal, like a machine. Other blossoms grow around them in amazing patterns. These gleaming beauties are very much in demand among my clients. If you bring me some, I have valuables to trade for them.
Tell me more about yourself, huh?
You said you were an adventurer.
Just so. The nobles of Meridian crave flowers for their balconies and gardens. So out I went, with bow and spear. I made my name by searching the wilds for the wildest blossoms. No bandit nor machine could keep me from those precious petals.
So what happened?
Love happened, my sweet. My paramour frets too much when I venture out. So now I collect flowers for those without such bonds.
Is it worth it? Being restrained like that?
Of course. Freedom is sweet. But the embrace of my beautiful Theradine is sweeter still.
I don't quite know exactly where I want to go with this, but I always find this conversation to be so interesting. Which is the idea of, like, what do you have to give up to be in a relationship? And as a couples therapist, this is a topic that obviously I find to be particularly interesting, as I have just said. It is true that if you are single, you have way more flexibility with how you spend your time and live your life. That is just, it's just inherently true, because you're not tethered in any kind of like abstract committed way to another person. So you could devote all your time to work. You could engage in all sorts of hobbies. You can do whatever the hell you want, because the only person that you're really accountable for is yourself. And many humans, not all humans, but many humans desire a intimate relationship or intimate relationship configuration that provides a degree of emotional stability. Back in the day, it used to facilitate survival and all sorts of stuff like that. And humans are inherently relational beings, but we've added a lot of nuance and sophistication to that, given that the world we live in is generally safer than it would have been way, way, way back thousands of years ago. But when you choose to engage in an intimate relationship, it can push on your availability to do other things that you enjoy doing, particularly if those things are dangerous, because by virtue of committing to a relationship, you do in some ways sign up to devote some of your time and energy to the relationship, because that's what they require in order to be cultivated in a particular way. Now, that's not to say that you can't pursue your interests and hobbies and stuff when you're in a relationship. You absolutely can, and you should advocate for that in your relationships. You should still have space to engage in the things that you're interested in engaging in. It's very important, and you don't have to do all of them with your significant other or others. But there is some pull from other things. Like, you lose your energy in other things by engaging in an intimate relationship. And for some people, that causes a lot of tension. For other people, that's a perfectly meaningful and fine trade-off. And we saw a bit of the clash in values around that in how Aloy engaged with this guy, when she's basically like, well, doesn't that kind of suck that you can't do what you love anymore because you're tied down to a relationship? And this guy's like, nah, the relationship's worth it. And honestly, I hope anybody that's watching this that gets into an intimate relationship can say to themselves, my intimate relationship is worth the sacrifices that I've made in order to make that relationship work. If it's not, you really should do some self-reflection. Perhaps there should be some communication that happens in your relationship. In some circumstances, maybe that relationship's not right for you. But this guy's totally fine with the fact that he gave up doing some of the dangerous hunting for plants so that he could be with his significant other. And we don't need to judge that. We can let him have that. Aloy, if Aloy gets too wrapped up in her own experience and her own perceptions with that, she's going to like pity that guy. She kind of suggested it. She's like, oh, that sounds terrible. And this guy's like, no, it's fine. I'm okay with that. Some people are, some people aren't. The most important thing is that you reflect on that. And that if you choose to be in a relationship, you discuss if you feel as if some of your interests are being pulled from too far. Like, if you've got something that you enjoy doing in your leisure time that you want to reconnect with, put that out there. See what's okay. But there's sort of this tendency sometimes for people who are like, oh, you know, the old ball and chain doesn't let me do it. No. If you fall back on that, particularly with resentment, that's mostly a product of your unwillingness or inability to talk about it in your relationship. When people pull the old ball and chain thing as a means to blame why they're not engaging in certain things anymore, when that may or may not even necessarily be true, it's not really a good look for you and your relationship. Not to say that there are things you might have to give up because they're dangerous or whatnot, or expensive or whatever. But this goes for parents as well. When you have kids, you're going to give shit up. You just have to. And so these are the things that you should be evaluating for yourself when you decide that you want to enter in an intimate relationship, or you decide you want to have children, is you're going to have to give some of this stuff up. And is that worth it to you? And if the answer is no, that's okay. It doesn't make you a shitty person. But don't force yourself into something like that without really doing some reflection on it. I realize I'm getting kind of long-winded on this, but this is something that I think is really, people need to think about it more often than they do. A lot of people just expect that they're supposed to be in intimate relationships and they're supposed to be parents, and they don't think about what the collateral is for making those choices. And sometimes it's okay if it's right for you to say, you know what, I don't need those things. Or I need those things to be a certain type of way because I like the way that I live my life and I like the things that I'm doing. And that's all right. You don't owe it to anybody to get into a relationship or to have children. So, anyway. Interesting to hear that guy say that.
These metal flowers, what are they exactly?
No one knows. But some say they began sprouting 20 years ago when the machine started to go mad. Perhaps they grow from the tears of the sun, for he has many faces, does he not? Wrathful one day, cool and patient the next. Perhaps he weeps for our suffering when his anger breaks. Ah, let us haggle over this beautiful bounty.
Oh wow, you really got to get all the flowers for that then. Well, let's buy some maps then.
Till we meet again, my noble Nora. A moment of your time, Outlander?
I like that guy. He seems kind. He seems to like what he does. Oh. The Mad Sun King. Ooh. The reign of the Mad Sun King. Be warned, reader, that as a true account of the Mad Sun King Jiran acts, these glyphs are blotted in blood. Truly, the savageries committed can barely be recounted. So pray to the cleansing sun for yourself and the teller of these tales. You will learn of the grievous wounds inflicted on foreign lands in the reaping of sacrifice, the red raids, for the Mad Sun King would order a whole generation cut from each village, so they might more willingly supply sacrifices and be harder pressed to field fighting men in the next raid. The Utaru, who sought to appease with gifts of grain, were slaughtered in such number that upon the following harvest the maize grew black and blue with the blood of the dead. Against the Oseram, the terror of the sun piled the corpses of their fallen up to the walls of their villages, so his kestrels might clamber upon the dead to enter. And in the valley of the barbarian Nora, terrors of the savage east, such savagery ensued that the trees were dropped with corpses hung as grim warnings. Should you wish to read of the Mad King's depredations against his own people, your curiosity will not go unsated. Within are the accounts of the deaths of those sentenced to the Sun Ring, listed in such detail you might think it reported by their own chattering skulls once piled outside the city gates. Nor will you find a more harrowing account of his massacre of the Hunter's Lodge. Reading these accounts, you might imagine yourself among its brave hawks as they fought to the last, bloodying the sand from dawn till dusk, or perhaps in the crowds as the loosed behemoths careened through the stands with the crashing of wood and bone. All this crazed bloodletting did the Mad Sun King take in with his pitiless gaze. Indeed, he would not even look away from the goring of his own son in that ring of death. Yes, fair-haired Kataman of the Dawn's Rising, so degraded and doomed for the crime of standing against his father. Such a true and complete account of the Mad Sun King Jiran's miseries cannot be found in the history annals or heard from the reckoners of the Sun Priests. It is with a heavy heart that I scribe these events, leaving out no shocking detail, but my debt is to history and to you, brave reader. It sounds fun. Jiran was real fun at parties, apparently. Looky, looky. The Liberation. The Liberation of Meridian. An official account ascribed by the reckoners of the Sun Priests and marked with the emblems of truth by exacting Varan, who witnessed these events. In the 21st year of the 13th Sun King's Jiran's reign, the twilight time of his madness, the Sun King's own favored heir was put to death. The radiant Kataman's crime was to demand an end to his father's acts of bloodshed, and his sacrifice set that end in motion. Jiran's second heir, the radiant Avad, fled Meridian at dusk with his honor guard, soldiers loyal to him over the Sun King. All night they traveled northwards, knowing that come the dawn, they would be branded as traitors and marked for death. So it was that when Jiran made that proclamation, they had already traveled far, and in time, they did reach the edge of the Sundom and crossed into Oseram territory. For Avad was canny, and planned to negotiate terms with the Oseram. He knew he had an ally among them, Ursa, a fierce Oseram warrior with whom Avad had a long and unusual history. 2 years earlier, Ursa had been brought to Meridian as a captive, destined for sacrifice, but she survived the Sun Ring, killing 2 kestrels by her own hand. Thus did she earn the honor of being made a palace slave. The honor. And in this role came to know Prince Avad. A rare friendship was formed, and Avad conspired to free his friend, who returned at once to the Oseram homeland. Now, desperate for allies, Avad sought out the Oseram he had helped to free. Ursa had ties to the warlords and freebooters who resisted the Red Raids. With Ursa's might and Avad's keen strategy, they could raise a war band and move to overthrow Jiran. And as a rightful heir to the throne of the Sun, Avad hoped to inspire many of his people to rebel, so sparing Meridian from a drawn-out war. After months of preparation, Avad and his allies crossed the border and marched on Meridian. As word of their advance spread, many Carja soldiers fled back to the city, lay down their arms, or even joined the liberators. Yet wise Avad knew that Jiran's faithful would defend Meridian to the last man, even sacrificing the lives of its citizens if it would hold the holy city against siege. He found kestrels and city guard already set in on the walls, ready to face arrow and shot. But Avad's Oseram allies had brought new weapons never seen beneath the sun, thundering cannons, strong as machines. Avad permitted them to fire their salvos on the outer walls, bringing many defenders down with great carnage. As the smoke cleared, the liberators attacked in 3 groups. One scaled the walls beneath the Temple of the Sun, another took to the aqueducts of the palace, while the main force overcame the barricaded city gates with cannon fire. These were the final blasts fired at the holy city, as Avad forbade any further destruction. In the streets, too many scenes of brutality and chaos played out to recount. Among the terrible miasma of blood and smoke, the Sun Ring's slave pits were opened and hundreds spilled out, desperate to escape. Many of Jiran's supporters seized their chance to flee with this flood of unfortunates. The day had turned, and seeing his forces much reduced, the Sun King Jiran ordered his trusted kestrels to take Idaman, his sole remaining heir, from the city. Helis, terror of the sun, cleaved a path through Meridian from east to west, striking down all in his way, ally and foe alike. The savagery of Helis and his kestrels could not be matched, and so it was that Idaman, his mother, the Dowager, Queen Nasadi, and the High Sun Priest Bahavas escaped. Avad confronted Jiran in his solarium. He had hoped his father would answer for his crimes honorably, but seeing this could not be so, with great anguish he struck him down. As the murder of a true Sun King is an unthinkable act, and surely would plunge the world into shadow, Jiran's death proved that the Sun had renounced his legitimacy. I mean, you could talk your way into any of this, apparently. Yes, Sun had turned to shadow on the throne of Meridian, and it was Avad's light that drove the shadow out to the west, where it remains to this day. So was the cycle of things corrected in this first year of the reign of the 14th Sun King, the Radiant Avad. I mean, I know I poke at this all the time, but like, it's really interesting how you can essentially it's just humans making more stories about something they believe is an objective truth. Like, oh yeah, okay, well, normally killing a Sun King wouldn't be okay, but because I killed him, I guess that's the sun saying it's fine that I did it. I mean, how many wars have been fought in the name of God? You know, it's like the same deal. It's like, oh yeah, no, it must be cool. Because if the sun allowed it, then that's what was supposed to happen. Rules for thee, but not for me. I'll just retcon the shit out of them. All right. I do love the lore in this game. Dron does not sound like a very nice dude. All right, more merchants. I want to talk to some merchants.
The main market is for...
What do you got? You got weapons. Oh man, so I can get a better bow. That seems like a good... What do I need? A trampler heart. 800 shards. That bow seems really badass. Shadow Hunter bow, Shadow Sharpshot bow, Shadow War bow. I like the Sharpshot bow. That thing seems pretty cool. This guy's got all the outfits. I'm not really interested in that. Golden fast travel pack. Wait, what? Item provides unlimited fast travel. Oh shit. Fox skin and fatty meat. All right, we're gonna need to go do that because that seems ridiculously useful. The golden fast travel pack. So I need... What do I... Okay. 1 fox skin, 3 fatty meat. Holy shit, that's huge. I wonder if there's somebody I can just buy fatty meat
What
from.
do my tired eyes see? A hunter, surely. Come, talk to me.
Special modification box. Shard Gambler's box. I'll do that. Let's see. I'll bite. I need fatty meat. That's bony meat. I don't want bony meat. I want... Damn it. Yeah, I really want to get that because that's going to make life a lot easier to be able to travel around like that. Dirty basket? Interesting.
You're looking for artifacts.
Yes, but I'm no profiteer. Sun King Avad has named me an envoy to the Banuk. I work on their behalf, looking for sacred relics to return to their homeland, Ben-Ur. I'm especially interested in wooden figures that are sometimes found near Banuk rock paintings. If you have any, I have valuables to trade for them.
You said the king named you an envoy to the Banuk?
Yes, I've been to Ben-Ur many times, and the Wirek chiefs trust me. I help them maintain diplomatic ties with Avad. Some say they're a mysterious people, but their ways make a lot of sense to me. All you have to do is be the best. Doesn't matter if you're born high or low, man or woman. They respect skill, not some fool notion of heritage.
I see the appeal.
I wish more Karja did. Anything they don't understand, they call backward or savage.
'Cause it's easier. So much easier to just objectify the shit you don't understand, because then you can just make really easy calls on how you want to handle them. Nuance creates complexity. Humans hate complexity because complexity means that you have to think. And using any kind of critical thought and like really getting in there it takes effort. And a lot of people just don't want to make the effort, particularly as they get older. Like, we can certainly punish the Karja for that intellectually and say that's really stupid to do. Like, why do you guys just call everything savage? But humans inherently do that. We categorize stuff we don't understand, usually in some form, some nuanced form of good or bad, and we kind of call it a day. Generalizations make it a lot easier for us to understand certain phenomenon than actually trying to go in and understand the nuance that comes along with it. So it's not really an indictment on the card just so much as an indictment on all of us that we do that. And it's dangerous because those generalizations, when used to like fearmonger or get people to have certain perceptions about it, like if you're taught how to feel about that, you can mobilize people to do some pretty bad things. Like when you constantly call the Nora savages in the lore books, in general discourse, whatever, you bias people into thinking that the Nora are something to be afraid of and thus something you should protect yourself from. And then that comes along with it a whole bunch of crap that makes things really messy. And then you have things like red raids that people turn a blind eye to because they think they're legitimate.
Tell me more about these Banuk figures.
Simple wood sculptures made by Arnak, a legendary hunter who was exiled from Ban-Ur for killing his chief. He left the figures near painted stones in places that reminded him of his homeland. Later, his tribe declared him innocent. Now they see him as a kind of wandering hero and want those figures back. I do what I can to help him get them, including trade for them, if you have any.
More like if you have the entire collection, I'll give you a box.
Let's trade then.
Yeah, all right. Hi, Widgie, thank you for the raid. You fabulous human, you.
Come on back if you find any Banuk goods. Found any Banuk relics in the wilds, Outlander?
No, I just want fatty meat. Are there not any merchants that sell fatty meats? Or am I gonna have to slaughter an entire ecosystem? Because I will. I want the golden travel pack, baby. My convenience. My convenience is your inconvenience.
Good day. Yes. Yes. Trade quickly. I have work to do.
Yeah, right. Who even needs ecosystems?
I will leave you to the hunt. Be sure to delve into the ruins.
Okay.
What do
I'll do that. All right. Then what I say we do is we go out here, we find this Tallneck, and we kill some foxes. We see what they say. To those of you coming in with the raid, I just ask that you please not spoil or backseat. This is a spoiler-free run of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Receiving another signal.
So please do respect that. Whoa, my Tripcaster stays? That's interesting. But Widgie, thank you so much for bringing people over here. You are awesome. All right. Well then, where's that Tallneck at? Where are you at? Okay. Another time then. And woo! Anonymous, thanks for gifting that sub to Nova. All right. Fox. There it is. All right. Here we see the lowly fox. Absolutely owned by my arrow. Hey, fatty meat. This is good. This is good. I am a huntress in the wilds. I need a golden fast travel pack because my American Airlines Platinum card expired because they've got ridiculous fees. So I need another way. Good. More fatty meat. This is excellent. I'd say this is going well. Once we hear that Tallneck, we're going to take care of that too. Oh! Oh!
I must be closing in on the signal.
I hear it! Garbage. Fox is trash. There it is. Ooh, what's over there? Wait, what is all this? Oh, that's probably the tracks of the Tallneck. I have no quarrel with you. Woo! What are you doing?
This should be a good spot for jumping onto the
Damn it.
Tallneck.
It is convenient that these Tallnecks walk around in places where I can jump up on them. Whiff.
Just go about your business.
I see you.
I just need to get on the Tallneck's head.
Come on over. Come over, baby. Come on over. Oh, come over, baby. Hey, Mr. Tallneck, gonna let me climb all up your back. Come on over. All marked in yellow so I know where to put my hands. Come on over. Oh, come on over, baby. Gonna use my little machine to tell me where stuff is. Come on over.
Made it.
Come over,
Now to climb up to his head.
baby. Yeah, that'll be on my next album. Absolutely. Absolutely. You kidding me? Hey, Widgie, if you want to go ahead and do a duet on that, you just let me know. We can go ahead and do a little duet on TikTok. Nice. Yeah. Unveil your secrets. All right, we got a cauldron. We got a corrupted zone. Let's go. Beautiful. All right, let's go this way. Might as well do the corrupted zone. Where's that fire? Oh. Oh, it's a raccoon. Oh. Of course, I can't discern between the two animals, so I kill with impunity. Hey, boar! Got any meats? Yeah, you
Try to
do.
keep my stomach quiet.
Aloy, this isn't for food. This is for utility. Yo, get your ass back here. Hey! 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 Oh, you... No, 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 no. All right, 8 out of 10 on the fatty meats. Good. Dude, there's too much flora here for me to get shit done. No, I don't want rich meat. No. All right, whatever. Y'all corrupted? No. Alright. Corruption spotted over here. Maybe? To the north. Gotta go El Norte. The damn ecosystem's fighting back, man. Yeah, I'm not into it. Oh, another storm hawk!
Probably needed the wash.
Or storm bird, or whatever. I see it up there. Y'all see it up there? Oh, shit. What up? Idiot. Yeah, enjoy that fire. Give me your gun. Aw. Who else? Not even hard, man. Not even hard. But the real question is, y'all got any fatty meats? All right, so that's done. There's another hunter's lodge over there. Oh, Fox. Where you at? There's that a raccoon. It's a raccoon. I'm getting better at identifying my animals. Like a 4-year-old. Just so much good stuff to do here. Damn, this place is like intense. Is that a fox? Cooked fox! Gave me nothing I needed. I must have cooked the... I must have rendered the fat out with that fire arrow. I was a little intense. I'm sorry, Chad. I didn't realize what kind of arrows I had. Stalking my prey. Really need another fox. Give me another fox. Is that another fox? Raccoon. No good. You're no good to me, raccoon. I hear a very intense noise. Y'all hear that? What is that noise? Oh god, it's a stalker. Okay.
Gotcha.
Hey. All right, you know what?
I thought they'd go on forever.
Let's go. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Maybe. No. Hey, don't worry about it.
I can get out of this.
Oh, I can jump too. Oh shit! What? What is going on there? Whoa. Another one. Dude, how... Oh, it's a crab! Crab people. Crab people. Tastes like crab. Talk like people.
That hurt it.
Every goddamn machine in this place is coming after me right now. They're all farming fatty meat too. Yeah, exactly. Everybody's trying to get that fatty meat. Okay. I've had quite enough of that. Just trying to get some fox fur and some fatty meat, man. Hey, fox skin and fatty meat. Look at that. All right, one more piece of fatty meat for your boy. Hell yeah. Let's go. All right. I'm in a good mood now. Elder, thank you so much for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. What up, homie? Oh, this guy sells it too. Oh, that's awesome that everybody buys it. That's super lovely. All right. All right. Excellent. Your boy is now very happy. So I can sell these, as I no longer need them. And then, let me see. So in order for me to get the... I guess I want the Shadow Hunter bow. I need a Watcher heart. That shouldn't be too tough to get. Where's the hunting guy? There we go.
What is this place? What are you doing?
I was listening to the herd. Have you come for the stealth trials?
Ooh.
I'm not sure.
You must decide.
Who are you?
I am the keeper of these grounds, appointed by the Hunter's Lodge.
So how did you come to be here?
I was once like many members of the Lodge, maneuvering, hunting for status. But my impatience hampered the true hunt. I didn't know that, of course, until I came here. It forced me to listen, to breathe, and finally, to master the art of stealth.
Don't you ever miss, you know, talking?
Not at the moment, no.
What are the trials?
Tests to improve your hunt. Some believe...
I already know all this. All right.
The stealth trials will challenge you.
All right, let's see what we got.
The Watchers of the Herd attack quickly. Take them down while in stealth to prove your skill. Agreed.
Done and done.
I start timing once you slide down a rope.
I better land in a... Okay, good. Kill Watchers with Silent Strike. One down. Honestly, it seems like the hardest part's going to be getting over to him. Where the hell are all of them? All right, there we go.
Fight or run?
No. God damn it. I give up. Make as much noise as possible, right? Was that good?
The trial is not...
Yeah, it is.
I will end the...
Okay.
I'll be on my way.
We'll do this later.
When you are ready.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm just not ready. I alerted the entire herd. Let's go. All right, good. I'm glad we have the travel thing now, because now I can just go crazy with fast traveling. So yeah, let's go here. I just, you know, doing the trials for these are kind of like whatever for me. I'm not planning to 100% the game. And so like doing all those, like, I don't know. Yeah, all right. Hey, back in this village.
About time you showed up. More Glint Hawks incoming.
About time you showed up, Fox. You're the only hope for our world. I'll do my best. Andros won't have his way with me. And this Glint Hawk's name is Andros. God damn it. Okay. There we go.
Enjoy your last breath.
Okay. Noted. Shoot with fire. And they come down very fast. That's kind of nice. And then they rise like Phoenix. All right, where'd you guys go?
That seems to have taken care of them.
But more always come. The soldiers at Morning's Watch don't even bother to fight them anymore.
Seems like they're coming from upriver. I could track them back to the source, but if more come here...
I'll watch the village. You go ahead.
I thought you wanted to do this together.
You don't need me to hold your hand.
That's a convenient way to get out of doing something you don't want to do. But not if you're gonna have that attitude. You're damn right I don't want you around. Go attack the Glint Hawks at their source. As the sun comes up. Good. I'm tired of nighttime. Hey, YouTube and Twitch. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate that you're sticking around through these playthroughs, that you support them. These are a lot of fun for me. This one's been a lot of fun to do some of the random side questing, so... Thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to watch and to chill. Oh boy. Would you like to cool off that fire? With death?
There are snap maw carcasses everywhere. No wonder the Glint Hawks were drawn here.
to Glint Hawk's harvest dead robots. Maybe. Kinda.
Amateurs will leave easy tracks to follow.
Okay. Ooh. Love how fast Aloy climbs ladders.
These must be the Snapmaw hunters.
What up, guys? Approach with curiosity, not judgment.
I'm here on behalf of the nearby village. Seems your kill zone is creating a Glint Hawk problem for them.
Yeah, well, they're not the only people with problems. If we don't get enough Snapmaw hearts to pay off a loan, we lose everything.
I don't follow.
I borrowed shards to buy seeds. The harvest went bust, and now they're coming for the debt. We could lose the farm, our home.
I'm sorry about that, but Glint Hawks are attacking people because of what you're doing here.
Not my problem. None of us are leaving until I get what I came for.
None of us?
You didn't think it was just us two, did you? You already have one? Now that's impressive. All right, then.
There, the heart you need. Now what about your promise?
A deal's a deal.
Okay,
And now I
yeah,
can pay off my
yeah.
debt.
We made that
We
deal,
won't be
right?
back.
Good. Keep it that way.
Aloy,
That guy's like, oh, I see you got one in your pack there. Why don't I just take that? All right, cool. Glad I had that, I guess. Just as we planned.
congratulations are in order. I wanted to make sure you could handle yourself.
You were watching the whole time?
Of course. Tarkus, may the sunlight is passing, taught me many things. First of which was, a hawk never abandons their thrush.
Wait. Are you saying...
I'd like to sponsor you for membership. What do you say to hunting machines, winning trophies, and unseating Assis?
I'm in. I'll meet you back at the lodge as soon as I'm able.
Yeah, I say rock on, sister. Down with the patriarchy. Now that I've helped you out, I'm gonna take all your shit. How's that sound? And there's a Tallneck over here. Oh, the sun's bright. All right.
I must be closing in on the signal.
All right, where are you at? Oh, I'd like the matriarchy to go down too for the Nora. I'm. Both systems are not working particularly well.
I have to climb up to the Tallneck's head.
Oh shit! What is this? Oh Jesus!
What are they doing here?
Whoa!
Looks like they're trying to capture the Tallneck.
Regroup and get ready.
They're trying to capture the Tallneck so they can do to it what I'm gonna do to it. I can't have that. Man, these guys are very elaborate about their attempts to take over the Tallneck. No, give me your gun.
You cannot escape our grasp.
Say hello to my little friend. My inaccurate little friend.
No good without the right ammo.
Damn posts. Man, these guys got a lot of
Don't mind me.
wonky ass contraptions here. Let's go. We're clearing this shit out. Oh yeah. Oh. Boom. All right. Good shit. Now, if a girl wants to get onto a Tallneck, what's she gotta do? I gotta get up on that ledge somehow. Oh! But how? Yeah. Eh. Don't run me over. Don't run me over. Don't run me over. Don't run me over. Come on, old man, old buddy. Climb, Aloy, go! 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 Oh! Get there, get there, get there.
Should be a good spot for jumping onto the top.
Haha!
Made it.
That was
now to climb up
intense.
to its head.
Dude, Aloy's confidence with how she climbs these things is wild. What's your favorite thing about the game so far? Oh, I mean, the setting, I think, is really amazing. A lot of good character development. Oh boy, a lot of good character development so far. I've had a good amount of stuff to talk to. Side quests are meaningful. The aesthetic is incredible. There's a lot to like about this game. I mean, like, that whole sequence was so badass. Like, running to try to get over to that ledge so that we could climb that, so that we could take it over, and then rappel down like that. I mean, just, like, the whole game just makes you feel like a complete badass. It really makes you feel like a Nora warrior, according to IGN. I mean, I'm interested in doing some of these like vantage point things too. I mean, there's just so much cool shit to do in this game. Like that's the thing. Like running around and just like grabbing these flowers and also I should probably level up my skills here. Sprinting is quiet, greatly inducing. Ooh, that sounds kind of nice. Those vantage points you got had juicy lore. Yeah, right? Like, I like the idea of continuing to do those, because there was really good shit there. Plus, it's fun just to run around the world. I do find the tiny snow biomes to be kind of funny, though. Like... Okay! Okay. There's two of you around this flower. All right. Oh, baby. Let's have some fun. Hey, idiot. Come here. Hey. Hey. Come here!
You're not gonna like this.
Oh my god! Ah! No! Oh! Lord have mercy. And then I gotta fight this stupid ass gazelle on top of it. Are you kidding me right now? Oh boy. Come on, baby. Come on. Grab it, Aloy. Grab it, Aloy. Can I use it? Yes, I can. Come on. Oh! Ah! Yeah. And a Glint Hawk. And a Glint Hawk from midair. Okay. Come at me, bro. Okay, not you. Other bro. Hail Mary! Yeah! And pow! Oh, we got three left. And Kobe! That was awesome. Woo! Back up.
I felt that.
Okay. We good? Boy, whenever we find Red Maw, that's gonna be fun. Oh yeah, I should totally modify my outfit. How do I do that? Modify outfits. Modify. Resist melee attacks, resist frost. Okay. Modify weapons. I mean, I got this, like, kind of shitty bow. I don't know that I want to do this yet. We'll get our better bow, and then we'll do that.
Snow. It prickles on my skin.
Yeah, I should have dressed you better for the north. We'll have to get you a better outfit for when we go up north, Nora. Or, Aloy. Man, that was fun as hell using that disc gun to just, like, rip through stuff. Hitting that Glint Hawk from distance was great, too. Man, oh man. Where is this damn flower? I'm surprised my focus doesn't pick up on him. There it is.
Patterns on this flower.
Even this morning, O swan, awake, arise, follow me. There's a land where no doubt nor sorrow have rule, where the terror of death is no more. There the woods of spring are abloom, and the fragrant scent he is I is borne on the wind. There the bee of the heart is deeply immersed and desires no other joy.
So strange.
I don't know the next time that we'll be this close to this Vantage, so I guess we might as well go grab it. What's that over there? Oh, destroyed Shellwalker. Little rain, little snow. Oh, baby. What's up here for us? I forget what I needed in order to get that bow. Was it like a... I think it was a Watcher Heart, maybe. But I do want to get that nasty bow. Hypothermia's up there for you. Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Oh, we got some lore though. Oh yeah. Phantom limbs. Dictation on. My legs hurt. I keep reaching down to rub them, but of course they're not there. I tell you, it's one thing to hear about ghost limbs, it's another to be haunted by them. Moment my hand passes into empty space, I'm back in Bridgewater and that nano haze is stripping my legs layer by layer as the squad's medbot drags me out of the line of fire. And I start screaming like I was screaming there, in two places at once, two halves, but one of them gone forever, dissolved. And through the wall of the infirmary, I can hear them cheering. Cheering the MRB for saving our asses, covering our evac back there, or back here. Crediting them with NYC still standing after a week. Do they even hear when I start screaming? Sergeant says I'll have prosthetics fitted tomorrow, good as new. Both know he's lying. I'll never be good again. Is phantom pain something you have any experience dealing with? No, not directly. It's something I'm familiar with. But I've never met somebody personally or professionally that has dealt with that issue. Actually, no, that's a lie. I have a friend who lost some fingers in a lawnmower accident and has experienced phantom pain on occasion. But I've never like done anything with it clinically or anything like that. But I do encourage people to look up some of the ways that people have worked with people who have phantom pain, because it's actually really fascinating. There's one, oh man, I can't remember the specifics on it. There's one case that I remember hearing about. If you don't know what phantom pain is, essentially it's people who lose like limbs or appendages. Your brain doesn't necessarily like fully register that they're gone. So like the part of your brain that registers like pain or sensation for your limbs can still activate. So you actually think that it's happening in your limbs and your brain can feel it. So you have the sensation as if your like arm is there, even though it's not. And the mirror is actually the thing I was going to talk about. Is there was one time where I think a guy was missing like a leg or an arm or something like that, and they used a mirror so that it appeared as if the other arm was like visible, and then they like rubbed and massaged the arm, and it helped the brain sort of like reset its feeling of the limb. It's an incredibly fascinating thing. If you've ever seen, sometimes there's these cool experiments that they'll do where there was this one experiment where this guy is he puts his hand over to the side. So he has one hand on a table, he puts his other hand behind like a blinder, and then there's a fake hand that they put in front of him. And they cover it with like a similar color to like the shirt he's wearing or whatever. And so they'll do this thing with like these like to get sensation on your hand, and then they'll do the other fake hand, and they'll do them simultaneously. And your brain starts to think that that fake limb is yours. And so then they'll do this thing where they go to smash the fake hand with a hammer, and you'll go like this, like you will have like an actual reaction to it, because you think that your brain thinks that it's your hand that's about to get smashed. It's incredibly fascinating stuff. I love it. Falls more into a neuroscience field than like a psychology field. Yeah, I would say so. Like it's not something that like I ever explicitly like learned how to work with or to understand. Really interesting stuff, though. Also, how cool is this? I want to know what this is. Something tells me this is not where I'm supposed to be. This is... Oh boy. Okay. I was close. I would have been really sad if I killed Aloy there.
Stalkers, watchers. What are they doing all the way up here?
Great question, Aloy. Creepy how the stalkers chill up there like that. Wait, what?
It's on to me.
Dodge that. Oh, what? I thought I got it. God, those things make such an awful noise. Yeah, it's grief, sawed off. Grief, absolutely. Like losing grief is not only tied to people. You can experience grief by losing really anything. So a limb would certainly be something that a person might have to grieve the loss of, particularly if it significantly affects what they're capable of doing. Disabilities often come with a degree of grief if it's not a disability that a person's experienced their entire life. So, loss of a limb would certainly fall within that category. I was really hoping there'd be some lore in that metal.
The machines are territorial here. But what am I intruding on?
That's a great question, Aloy. What the hell? We got Glint Hawks and Stalkers. God damn. You don't see shit. You don't see shit. Red Eye Watcher. There's a Red Eye Watcher. Oh shit!
Clever.
Howdy. Oh god. Okay. Chill, bro. Chill. You're gonna wake up the Glint Hawks. Oh, I thought I got out of there. Good. 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 Two of you. Yes. Good. Yeah. Throw me around. Pick it up. God damn it, Aloy. Pick it up. Pick it up. All right. Let's climb. Getting kind of gnarly out here. I am not dressed for this. Okay. Yeah.
I'm feeling I've gone somewhere I shouldn't have. Again. Only this time, there's worse than the matrix to disapprove.
Oh, how did that hit me? No way. Oh, whoa! Let's see if fire. Oh boy. Oh boy. Stupid ass bird. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. Dude, this thing is so intense. Yeah, Yeah, sucks to suck, huh? Gonna dive bomb. Oh. God damn, I need that thing to come off. These are the coolest things to fight. These things are so cool. Oh my god. This thing does not want me here. Holy crap. Whoever designed these things. There we go.
What was a machine like that doing all the way up here? Keeping people like me away from something. Hope there's only one.
Woo! God, those things are badass. So great. All right, let's dump this. Yeah, what the hell is this thing? Like, there is obvious evidence that we are not wanted here.
Soaked from melted snow.
All this to get some fancy schmancy lore, huh? And up.
Apaka's shitstorm tour, day 10. So here's where I learned how the world would end. My second apocalypse in a year. Looks like there's a lot of construction going on now. Why would that be?
Text. Hi, Ma. I was surprised when FAS sent me out here, not just because the meeting was going to be held in a real space. I was surprised to discover that anyone at FAS still knew I existed. When I returned to work after treatment, HR informed me that I'd been reassigned to the Vantage project. It was exactly the professional death sentence I was expecting, the career equivalent of getting sent into a red zone without an environment suit. Everyone knew Vantage was one of those doomed projects FAS kept around solely for the purpose of assigning dead enders to them. Especially head cases like me, who couldn't be summarily fired for fear of parody litigation. Month by month, management would pile losers on a lost cause, then cancel the project and lay everyone off. A ship of fools sunk with a single torpedo. Ain't wrongful dismissal if it's downsizing. I had nothing better to do, so I spent my time studying the tech. Chip design wasn't my forte, but I knew enough to admire that what the engineers had accomplished with the Eternity chip. Stored data was guaranteed to last 50,000 years or more without degradation. As for Vantage itself, the project was little more than a failed marketing plan. The idea was to promote the tech by burying unlocked Eternity chips at scenic locales around the world. Public domain time capsules where enthusiasts could cache locked data. The project got as far as developing the spikes, portable drill applicators to sink the chips, then stalled when Grass Heckle encapsulates came on the market and stole Eternity's thunder. Anyway, I'd been at Vantage 3 weeks when FAS unexpectedly sent me out here for a real space meeting. Me, a dead-ender working a doomed project, dispatched to a high-security FAS R&D site inside King's Peak. It didn't make any sense. Security put me in a small conference room and told me to wait. It was a downright claustrophobic, dim lights, bad ventilation, more like an interrogation room from one of those 90s cop vids. But what really got my attention was the noises coming through the walls, the non-stop bang and clatter of construction bots building something deep in the mountain, something big. The door opened and some doofs wearing FAS badges file in. I recognized one of them, Brad Andak, a military division replications engineer I met when I first joined the company. But I don't think he recognized me. He stayed at the back of the room the whole time, looking distraught. I was about to ask what the hell was going on when a woman wearing a hijab walked in. She didn't introduce herself, but she didn't have to. It was Samina Ibaji, former lead archivist of the Odyssey, architect of the entire Homer project. Not a global celebrity by any means, but if you grow up following the Odyssey project like I did, you knew her on sight. Ibaji sat down and started asking extremely precise questions about the upper range tolerances of Eternity chips. Then she asked me to speculate about the feasibility of various upgrade paths. The interview lasted maybe 10 minutes, whereupon she thanked me for my time and left. Everyone else filed out after her. Security came for me a few minutes later and escorted me to my vert. The whole way back to FAS, I kept trying to figure what had happened. What was Samina Ibaji doing at a classified Pharaoh R&D site, asking me questions about Eternity tech? It didn't add up. By the time I landed, I knew I wasn't going to give up until I puzzled it out. The worst that could happen was I'd get fired, and that was going to happen anyway. It took a couple days and some geo work, but I got a fix on Brad Andak soon enough. He was going to a different bar every night, drinking to the point of blacking out. I shadowed him until I managed to proxy his focus and dupe his net protocols. I didn't find anything strange in his financial records or media patterns. I was starting to think I'd wasted my time. Then I accused his Dreambox account, or I accessed his Dreambox account, and found the journal he'd been keeping the past few weeks. It was all there, how the world would end. My first thought was, well, at least my mod didn't live to see this. My second thought was that nothing mattered anymore, which made it pretty obvious I should kill myself. Damn. That dude had a rough go at it, huh? That lore is very interesting stuff, man. It's fascinating because, like, it's really interesting to see that this guy's like writing his dead mother and he's basically reflecting and finding meaning in doing that, but we have like no context for what's happening around that. Like, it just seems like this really chaotic world that this guy's trying to grapple with. Like, I don't know his role in it. I don't know. Man. There's real utility sometimes to journaling like that, though. I will say, it can be a really great way to get your thoughts out on paper and really feel like there's a tangibleness to your experience. If it means you write to yourself or write to other people, I mean, there could be real utility to that. There's a reason that therapists will sometimes recommend that people journal. Particularly if you're inclined as a writer. it can be really meaningful to do that. All right, man. So we came all the way up here. I suppose we might as well see what's at the end of the trail. I am also excited to uncover more lore in this game. I really do love the way that it's brought to us. Weather up here is treacherous. Whoa! I mean, you could have given me a lot of guesses. And I don't think I would have guessed ginormous hole in the wall. And then the trail just ends? Couple chain link fences that I'm sure are OSHA approved to make sure people don't fall. Is there a vault down there? There's like no way to get down there yet, though. At least not that I can see. Something tells me we'll be back here. Because we got to go down there. Maybe we're just not ready to see what's in there? See that? There's a door all the way out there. Or up. I suppose that's, Reward my exploration, gorilla. Reward it!
Might regret this.
There's no way I'm supposed to Skyrim jump my way up there. I don't think we're supposed to be up here yet. I really don't. Something tells me something else has got to happen here. So we'll figure that out later. For now, let's go. Let's go back to Meridian. Let's go to the Hunter's Lodge, and then let's go see what's up with Erend. Alright. Back in the city.
You'd have to be a fool to worship.
But people are charging for a good bolt of cloth these days.
All right, douchey douche. What do you think about the fact that I'm a thrush now? I'm one of the boys.
Always a pleasure. I see you've brought your pet.
Greetings, Sunhawk. I hereby sponsor Aloy of the Nora for membership in the Hunter's Lodge.
No. Look at her. She's lowborn, a savage. This is beneath even you, Tallneck.
She has fulfilled the requirements. And Sun King Avad decreed the lodge should be open to all. Would you like to take it up with him?
The word of the Sun King is indeed law. Even though it would bring ruin to the lodge, so be it. Do you, Aloy of the Nora, pledge to act rightly and nobly when in service to the lodge all the days to follow?
I do.
Members of the lodge, even though Tarkus is barely cold, I present to you Aloy of the Nora. Member and Thrush, what say you all?
To the hunt!
Sponsoring an outlander. While you make meaningless gestures, I'll be finding Red Maw.
Honestly, there's a real important point to make here. I know I talk about malicious compliance, but this is why the general rule of law and the general like system that everybody is bought into is more important than one single person. Like, this guy's in power symbolically. But when you have like airtight or nearly airtight law that everybody adheres to and actually properly follows, you can stick it to people that want to take advantage of that system and claim power for themselves. Like, this guy ultimately at the end of the day is beholden to the laws of the lodge, which means that really he doesn't have as much power as he likes to act like he does. And so the way that he exerts control, instead of adhering to the rule book and trying to adapt, is to demean anybody he perceives as not fitting whatever profile he has, hoping that he gets enough buy-in from people that share whatever sentiments so that he can actually build power and then potentially be above the law. It's why in some ways I actually give the Karja a lot of credit for how strictly they adhere to some of their rules and customs in their large groups and in their subgroups, because it can create a sense of safety to know that you are going to be backed up by the rule of law. It's as soon as the rule of law gets hijacked by people of power and altered and crossed over for their own individual gain with no accountability for that we run into real problems. This guy can be a douche all he wants, but because all these people follow a code, he has to give in. Thus, malicious compliance works. It's pretty great. But you got to have a pretty airtight system of rules and code of ethics in order for that to work well. Otherwise, you're just kind of flailing around.
This is a good day.
I know why I hate Assis. Why do you?
My family has always boasted members in the Lodge. My father and brother were both Hawks. Assis let their sacrifice be forgotten.
What sacrifice?
They died in a massacre. They should be honored as Hawks. Instead, Assis will not let anyone mention it.
How did your family come to be members of the Lodge?
Karja noble houses have sent sons to the Lodge for generations. Because they needed another place to lord over the commoners. I want to change that. The idea that someone is worthy or not by virtue of birth alone. Everyone thinks they have me pegged as soon as they hear Tallneck Khan Padish. I hate that.
I understand. My whole life I lived as an outcast from the Nora. They would have been the first to say I wasn't one of them. Yet as soon as I leave the sacred lands, everyone calls me Aloy of the Nora. It should be Aloy despite the Nora.
I didn't know. I'll remember that.
That was a nice moment of self-disclosure. I've talked about this throughout these playthroughs of the nuance to when you disclose for empathy versus when you don't. And this is a moment where there is, I think, real empathy in that disclosure because Aloy's not talking about it to hijack the moment. She's saying, I have an experience of my own that I think you could connect with that helps me connect with you. Like the reason that I strongly believe in what you're doing while I follow you is because I have my own context that I bring to this space. And I think that that's a moment where she's not trying to one-up her. She's just speaking to her own experience. And it really does form a connective bond where she's like, yeah, I'll remember that. That's, wow. And then we also get to see that the dangers of the way that all of these groups, like the intergroup relations on this, have been such oversimplified, where you look at people as being part of their tribe. And we do this naturally by classifying people by their certain identities. But when you get down into the individual experience, there's always going to be some level of difference from the generalized identities that you hold because your subjective experience is really important. So people see Aloy and they think Nora, and Aloy's like, not really. Like, that's only a part of me. And same, I'm not remembering your name. Same with her. Like, she's like, yeah, I'm not, everybody thinks they know something about me because I'm in the Hunter's Lodge and I'm a Karja and I have Padish as my last name. And I don't like having to get, Talana, thank you. I don't want people to have to unlearn something about me before they learn something about me. And that's not a fun experience. And it's generally why, like, it's okay to have some sense of what the general customs of a person are. Like, I really appreciate when Balin was like, hey, we need to address this Nora directly. That's a wonderful thing. But also be mindful that there's a subjective experience that may differ a bit from what your generalizations are telling you to make assumptions about a person. And it's really a great idea to be curious about those things and get to know them and show a level of interest in that rather than just continue to operate on your own assumptions because it's easier. Like, these two are going to have a much better relationship as a result of that. Like, we're getting more self-disclosure. We're getting more nuance to the relationship, and you get to see the parts where you connect and where you don't. Really, really good stuff. As a side note, one of my favorite quotes ever by John Mayer is in one of his documentaries. He's the beginning of Where the Light Is. He talks about how people have this idea of who he is, and he has to spend like 20 minutes getting people to unlearn what they think they know about him before he can get to 0, and then people can learn something about him and actually know what he's like. And that has always stood out to me, because you're like, wearing certain identities outwardly is an important piece of identity, but when you're taking that in from people, you always have to realize you're working with a limited deck. With any human, you can't possibly know the entire nuance of who they are. But really take the time to be curious about people, and you will have much more fulfilling relationships. Which is why I try to teach that through these playthroughs.
What happened in the massacre?
King Jiran's paranoia knew no bounds. He sent thousands of innocents to die in the Sun Ring. When the Hawks of the Lodge called for him to stop the slaughter, he threw them in the ring too. Yet when the machines attacked the condemned, more Hawks leapt into the ring to defend them. And my father and brother were among them.
I'm so sorry. What happened to the men in the Sun Ring?
They died fighting. If you wish to hear the story, Legan can tell it better. He saw it with his own eyes. I did not. The morning of the massacre, my father told me to meet him outside the city. He told me they were planning an escape. I waited for hours until a message came from my father. I had to leave the city. So I fled when I should have fought by his side.
He didn't want you to die with them.
Nor would he want their names forgotten. Especially by the man who benefited most from their deaths, Assis.
Grief is particularly brutal and hard to manage if you consistently engage with the word should. And we just saw Talana do that. I should have stayed with him. People engage in shoulds with grief because they arbitrarily get a sense of control in doing so. That, like, I could have done something about this. I could have prevented it. Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not. The reality is you will never know, because the way that something went that particular way. And if you get lost in shoulds, you are trying to exert control in a space that you have absolutely none. And that's a very brutal experience to have. So when going through grief, it's really important to acknowledge what did happen, how that did make you feel and continues to make you feel, what decisions that biases you into wanting to make, and then focus on how you're going to handle what you can control right now. And what does that mean for you going forward, rather than attempting to live in what if and should land. It's very common for people to do that, but if you do it too much, and too much is not a lot, it can be very destructive and really hurt you.
What's Redmaw?
Few have seen it. A thunderjaw marked by years of battle. Some say it still bears the marks of over a dozen hunters on its flank. How many it has trampled along the way, we may never know. When members go hunting and never return, we often blame Redmaw. But to me, it's more than legend. It's the only machine that will unseat Assis. My sponsor nearly had it, but he didn't make it.
I'm sorry.
Tarkus sponsored me out of loyalty to my family. He was my last link to them, besides the lodge itself. I have to unseat Assis. Now that you're a Thrush, you should improve your reputation. Why don't you hunt down a Thunderjaw and a Stormbird?
You want me to go trophy hunting?
You're not just any Thrush. You're mine. And you better make me look good.
But what about Redmaw?
I will find him. And when I do, I expect you to be there.
I just did that! I just killed 2 of them! And then a Stormbird, I just did that! I promise I did it! Oh, man. Son of a bitch!
brings sun to a dark day.
Right? Just cut its head off just in case. Oh, man.
You'll regret not stopping when you're in the thick of it.
These aren't goods.
Could you spare a moment to speak of the finer
Don't get
things?
lost in the should-haves. We just went over that. Touche. Yeah.
Oseram girl applied to the city guard the other day.
All right, Murad, I'm going to talk to your ass in part 13. Friends, thank you so much for making it through a dozen. I hope you'll join me for the Baker's dozen in the next one. I am really grateful for all of your support around these playthroughs. It means so much. And if you leave a thumbs up, if you leave a comment, if you tell people about the stream, it makes me love you that much more. Check out all the links in the description. Come hang out with us in Discord. Check out my merch store, all that fun stuff. If you're binging this, I'll see you right now in the next one. If you're waiting for the next one to come out, we'll get it out as soon as we can. Appreciate y'all a lot, and I'll catch you on the next one.